What type of impact did your coaches have on you growing up as both an athlete and a person?
Well, I was lucky enough to have my father as a coach for a long time, and the impact that him and my high school coaches had on me was tremendous. I think it helped me, give me some guidance and let me learn how to work, learn how to be respectful, and learn just how to be not only a basketball player but a great person.
What's it like to grow up with a dad who's such a well-known athlete? What type of impact does that have?
Well, it's a lot of fun, first and foremost. But to have a father that is in the spotlight and has success, winning gold medals, and it's somebody I can look up to, somebody I can say, I watched him work, I watched him prepare, and learn something from that.
You're known as being a very respectful, gentlemanly player. Did he talk to you about the importance of being a good sport growing up in those types of conversations?
Well, all the time, my father, always would preach, just always be respectful to your opponent, always, be the bigger man. Don't always get caught up in the emotion of the game because it's very emotional. But always just think about your image, think about the person next to you, and go out there and play the game.
Is it difficult to play for a dad when you're growing up as a kid playing on different teams when the dad's the coach in those situations?
Yeah, it can be tough. The father's going to obviously be a little bit harder on you just because you're his son, and obviously he just wants the best for you, and you just gotta learn from that. And when you get a different coach, you gotta realize that, hey, this isn't my dad anymore. This is somebody else. I have to treat this situation differently.
You're known as being able to hit those clutch shots. Growing up, did the coaches say anything to you to help you build that confidence in yourself to know that you can step up in those situations?
Well, my coaches always, told me to always be confident. Regardless of the situation. If you haven't made a shot all game, and you have the ball in your hands at the end of the game, believe that you just went 10 for 10. Believe that the gym is empty. Just go out there and act like you're back at work practicing every day, and believe in your routine.
How can coaches help kids get through those shooting stars when they may get down themselves and get really frustrated?
Well, I think the biggest thing that coaches can do is always encourage. Keep encouraging that kid and letting them know that, hey, everybody goes through slumps. Everybody has some games that are off. But as long as you stay confident, as long as you stay motivated, you'll break out of it, in no time.
Kids take losses hard a lot of times. How do coaches help kids realize that that's not the end of the world to lose a game?
Well, I think that's just that you have to tell the kid that it's just a game. At the end of the day, it's just a game. It's not your life. The most important things are your family, your well-being, your health, the things that you walk away from the game, blessed to have, and just understanding that's the most important.
When you look back growing up, is there like a favorite youth sports memory or something that stands out that you look back on fondly?
Gosh, there's so many memories I've had, but I think the biggest ones were when I was probably fourth grade and having to play with the 8th and 9th graders that my dad had us playing at the Y and in these little men's leagues and stuff like that, and I was just terrified. But I went out there and scored a couple buckets and realized I could play with them, and I mean from then on I had a confidence in myself.
That's awesome. What advice would you give to moms and dads who are coaching kids in like youth basketball?
I think the advice I give to the moms and dads, all the coaches who are coaching these youth leagues, is just to try to make it fun. Try to make it fun, not make it so serious. I think a lot of people can make it a little bit too serious, a little bit too hard. It's a game, and treat it that way, and let them have that passion for it.
How can you get across good sportsmanship to kids? A lot of times kids see a lot of bad examples on TV. How do you get across the importance of that?
Well, I just think you got to emphasize it every day that the most important thing is not knocking your opponent down, but once you knock them down, you pick them back up. That's the kind of the person that you should be, the kind of player you should be, because it just shows that sportsmanship and sets an example for everybody around you.
Why do you think youth sports are so good for kids?
Oh, I think youth sports are good for kids because it keeps you out of trouble. It keeps you active. It keeps you doing something that you like. Some people love it. It just depends on the sport, but it just keeps you active, keeps you engaged. It allows you to meet a bunch of different people, experience situations early in life, and I think that's good.
Last question: what would be your message like a lot of the moms and dads who volunteer take winning so seriously when the kids are just out there to have fun? What would be your message to those parents?
My message to the parents is just let the kids play and have fun, and that's all they want to do at the end of the day. And winning, obviously is a plus, but at the end of the day, I think all the kids win because they're out there being active, they're out there having fun, they're out there competing, and being around their friends.
That's awesome. That's
All
perfect.
right.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Would it be possible to get a picture with you too?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
That was awesome. That was great.
Oh, thank
Great
you.
Stuff. Thanks. What we needed. Perfect. That's awesome. Seriously, thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.